I never call my business a side hustle, and there's a reason for that. Is because if you see it as a side, it will always be the side. If you see it as tiny, it will always be tiny. Don't belittle what you have; it will grow. So give it that attention, invest into it, give it that time.
Hello and welcome to My Business, My Customer from MYCo Media. With me, your host, Amos Madra. And today I'm joined by Sanmi, who's the founder of MYCo, which is My Center Office, an all-in-one solution and simple CRM tool to help businesses operate and grow. Sounds interesting. Sanmi, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Great to be here. Really excited. I'm super delighted that you're having me here. Thanks so much.
So tell us, what is an all-in-one CRM tool?
Right. So I think I'll start from the word CRM. CRM stands for customer relationship management. And the way the world has advanced or gone, particularly from a business point of view, it's not so much about looking for customers only anymore. You got to get those customers, which comes at a cost, whether it's costing you time or costing you money or costing some form of effort. But you got to keep those customers as well. I mean, what's the point of acquiring customers and not being able to retain them? And the only way to retain your customers so that they can keep buying from you is to build a relationship. And that's why successful businesses invest in customer relationship management. That's the overall message that CRM carries. And from a technology point of view, a CRM tool will be a solution that helps you to manage your customers so that you can use those opportunities to retain your customers and grow your business essentially. But CRM is much more. What we've done with our business solution, MYCo, is that we've built an all-in-one business tool that allows you to do multiple things in one solution without you having to use multiple apps. So why use one to manage your customers, another one to manage your email campaigns, another one to manage your SMS campaigns, another one for bookkeeping? Like that in itself is a handful and can be an administrative overhead that can impact your operations. So what we've done with MYCo is we put all these tools into one simple all-in-one solution that makes it super easy to manage your business.
That sounds really interesting. And when I think about CRM, it's normally big corporate businesses with big budgets. Is this the kind of customers you're looking at, or can this apply to a sole trader, someone who's just starting out?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So when we founded MYCo, the vision was to equip small businesses, Black-owned businesses, African-owned businesses, businesses in our immediate community who put in all the hard work and could do with some support to help them grow and scale their businesses. That's where the idea of MYCo came up. And it's deliberately called My Center Office because it sits at the heart or at the core of your business. So it's actually built for an SME. It's built to help you as a solopreneur. It's built to help you as a freelancer. It's built to help you as a small business. It's built to help you as a business that is growing. It's built to help you as a business that has a small team. You don't have to be the biggest of businesses to leverage the opportunities of a CRM solution. We've made it available, cost-effective, and simple for you to access. And all you need essentially is your mobile phone or your laptop. As long as you've got internet, you can work, you can use the solution, and you can use it to grow your business. That's what we've done.
It's a really interesting business concept because it puts everything into all the eggs in one basket, doesn't it? So it makes it so much easier for the client to navigate around the tools that they would use rather than trying to remember everything.
Absolutely.
So what kind of testimonies do you get from clients following purchasing your programs?
Yeah, that's really good. So, I mean, we are really thankful to all our users so far. We are the best place to find our reviews as to hear what our customers are saying is to look on Trustpilot. Trustpilot is a very popular platform where consumers, customers will rank and talk about services or products that they've used, and we're on there as well. And we are high rated. I believe we're about 4.8 stars or thereabouts. At the last time I checked. And then yeah, we have really fantastic reviews from customers saying things like, it has really saved me a lot of time. It has helped me to be able to manage my business without stress. I love the most common one we get is business owners finding that ease in managing their business because everything is there in one place. They don't feel like they'd have to use multiple spreadsheets or multiple apps. They can just easily work in one place. And yeah, it's just sort of that sort of feedback that we get, and it's definitely a testament to how much the solution has grown. Because and we particularly love to leverage on consumer feedback anyway, because it's how we've been able to improve on our services going forward. When we hear about things that our consumers want, we improve upon them. When we hear about new needs, we try to make those available in terms of features and benefits. And if there are any areas that need addressing, although we don't really get all that because we try as much as possible to be proactive, but we are also out there to also support our customers proactively and reactively as well. Yeah, so excellent feedback. That's what we've been getting so far.
And indeed, so you know, on your website, I've seen there's just loads of testimonials on there. People waxing lyrical about what you do. Now, I'm interested in learning how did you get into this? Was this something that you always wanted to do? Did you fall into it by accident? Tell us the story.
Can you come again? I think I missed the question.
Yeah, sorry.
I think there's a bit of an internet freeze.
Yeah, sorry. I was saying, how did you get into this business? Was this something that you always wanted to do, or did you fall into it by accident? How did this whole thing come together? How did MYCo happen?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. So I never planned to start a business, run my own business, despite the fact that I was born into a home where we had a family business. But all the time, I think all those lessons and tips were just being sown in my head, in my heart anyway. But I think when I moved into the UK in 2008 and I joined my local church, I had a lot of technical skills that I had brought from school and from the industry anyway when I moved into Birmingham, and I wanted to do something with it. I particularly had a vision to use technology to make a difference in an organization. That was always my goal. I had a technology background, but for me, technology only makes a difference if you're actually seeing a result from it, a transformation within a business. So at that time, the church I was attending, they didn't have a system that they were using to manage memberships, to manage rosters, to manage emails, and if you think about this, that's another way of customer relationship management. We're just talking about membership management anyway. And that's where the idea started. And what if I built a tool? So I did ask the church leadership then, if I built a tool that you can use to manage all these things easily, would you use it? And they said yes. So I built something and allowed them to use it for free. And the more I built it, the more I started to improve upon it. And the more I started to realize that there were actually even businesses in my community who needed a solution like that. So I started to customize it such that it could work for a business, such that it could work for a non-profit organization, such that it could work for a charity, and such that it could work for an alumni association as well. So by just tweaking some of the settings, it could be what you want it to be, essentially manage your organization. And that's when it was born. It eventually became my center office. That's when we branded it. And that's why we're able to customize it for different industries as well. So that's kind of like the story of how MYCo was born.
A really interesting story that is, from just wanting to help out and seeing a need, and that's what business is, isn't it? It's seeing a need and wanting to help somebody, and from that has come this incredible business. When you look back at that, what lessons can you learn from that, and what could you advise to our audience to pick up on so that they can offer somebody a service like you did?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest things for me is be a solution provider. When your business is meeting a need and when it's providing value, it becomes easier to build a business enterprise on it. If you are just doing things out of a good idea, you might have a bright and shiny product and it will just be on the shelf. A business is not a museum. A business is not for you to just look at it all day and worship it. No, a business is supposed to generate sales. It's supposed to generate revenue. It's supposed to generate profit. And one of the ways you can, and the only way you can do that is to be able to sell the value that you offer to customers. But the only way you can attract customers is by actually addressing some of their challenges, their pain points, and meeting their needs. So for us, it has always been to ensure that whatever we do is attached to meeting a need for our customers. So even in our product development, in our events, in our activities, where we show up, what we do, how we communicate with our customers, we always make sure that it is attached to their needs. Otherwise, you could be building a business that is just a dream.
And that's really interesting because you're always putting the customer first. You know, the whole CRM, again, it's always reminding you it's about the customer, managing and helping them, making life convenient for them. At what point did you realize that this is a real business that can hold its own and this is something that you could commit to full time?
Ooh, that is very, 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 very interesting. So initially when I started the build, I still treated like a pet project. And I think this is probably another lesson to learn in business. If you treat your business, I never call my business a side hustle. And there's a reason for that. Is because if you see it as a side, it will always be the side. If you see it as tiny, it will always be tiny. Don't belittle what you have. It will grow. So give it that attention, invest into it, give it that time. And I think that for a few years, because I was still experimenting, which is actually part of business anyway, because sometimes you just want to validate to be sure that you haven't just only identified a gap in the market. There's actually a market in that gap that you've identified as well. And it took some time to be able to establish that properly. And I think after about 2-3 years of running the business, that's when I decided that, you know, we're going to treat it like a full business. Now let's brand it. Okay, now let's go to market. Okay, now let's build a sustainable foundation and the business model so that it can thrive. Now let's price this thing properly. Now let's package it properly. Now let's start to look for partnerships. And yeah, it was at that point really. So I think as soon as we were able to validate what our market segment was, as soon as we were able to validate who we were really looking to serve, both in our primary markets and our secondary markets, and what locations as well, geographically, and we had that clarity, it became very clear that we needed to have the full attention as a business. But again, one of the things, being an online cloud-based technology solution, we've also built it such that it shouldn't need manual intervention, okay, to actually run it. I mean, as a digital solution, it means that you can be somewhere in South Africa or somewhere in Algeria, in America, or in Spain, or in the UK, or in Ghana, or in Nigeria. You can pretty much go online and use the solution. So we've built it such that it can be self-sustainable and self-sufficient rather for the end user, so that we don't necessarily have to get involved in too much of support. I mean, we're still there to support anyway, but we've built it such that it can support itself. That's kind of like the framework that we've built in it. But to answer your question again, I think as soon as we validated what our need was, our value proposition and our customer segment, and we knew that we definitely had a sustainable business, and we gave it all the attention required, and that's helped it to grow over time.
And yes, indeed, it is a sustainable business. It's grown into its own. It's now obviously just, you know, automation on your part. And of course, it's just scaling the business. What's the plans for the future? How big do you want to go?
Well, what to go as big as we can? That's a very important question. What's definition of big? I mean, we always wanted to be an all-in-one solution, which means that you can just go there and just do what you need to do. And at the moment, we actually do quite a lot, from managing customers to bookkeeping to creating landing page, taking payments, collecting customer reviews. There's a few more things that we can add to make our product set even richer. So what we're looking to do is to hopefully become the leading African-owned or even Black-owned CRM solution. that small businesses can run to. And hopefully there's still a journey there, but yeah, you need a big dream if you want to be able to accomplish a big dream. But we are not, as much as we are keen, we are also not in a rush anyway. So we are learning, we're growing as we go along, we are building partnerships on the way, we're acquiring customers, but making sure that we can serve our customers properly. But that's our vision really, to become a trustworthy, trusted, reliable solution that businesses can rely on for their business growth.
Yeah, you sound passionate about what you do, and your enthusiasm comes across. Would you have done anything any different? And do you pinch yourself every day to say that I'm lucky to be doing what I do?
Yeah, I mean, if you had asked me this question many years ago, I probably would have said, "Oh, maybe I had regrets. I wish I started this earlier." But I actually realized that at the end of the day, life has a way of taking you through routes that teach you things. And when I look back, I realized maybe it wasn't, maybe the timing is just right now, because many years ago, would I have been able to cope with the number of customers that we have right now? The answer is maybe not. We might have had the right solution, but maybe we didn't even have the right support framework. But today we have that. Some of the partnerships we have right now, I don't think that would have been successful in being able to establish those partnerships if not for the journey and the credibility that we've been able to build over the last few years. So I'll say no regrets, and really, it has been a learning curve, not just for the business in itself, but even for me as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. And I'm just excited and looking forward to what the future holds.
Yeah. And as bad as the pandemic has been, I suppose it's been a good time for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, to be honest, the pandemic accelerated our growth, because a lot of businesses realized the importance of digital. We realized that it was almost impossible to thrive as a business without leveraging on technology. So it helped us to be able to promote our services. And even with some of the issues like Instagram going down or Facebook going down, made people realize I need to be able to store my customer details, because if any of these platforms are down, what do I do? How do I reach my customers? So it has helped. We've actually leveraged the opportunities. There have also been issues we've had to face as well, because we've also served some businesses in industries like events who could not find customers. So it was a case of how do we keep those as customers when they are not even able to find customers or clients in their own businesses. But we'll be able to use that also as an opportunity to teach them that even if you're not getting new customers, how about the current customers you have? That's what CRM is about. You can still maintain those relationships with your previous customers, send them encouraging emails, give them new ideas. You call yourself an event planner, for example, but you can't create a new event. How about you write to your previous customers and show them how they can create entertainment at home, or how you can host a family gathering for them on Zoom. So it was about also using the opportunity to teach and educate. And that's one of the areas that MYCo wants to go into later, where we are not just a platform, we are also an educational platform for businesses as well, where we don't just give you a tool, but we actually equip you with the knowledge that comes with you thriving and winning in the industry. Because I think that that's actually separate. We can exist as just technology and say give it the tool, but the tool is useless to you if you don't know how to use it, or you don't know how to how to leverage the benefits to actually grow in your business and winning in the industry. So it's definitely an area that I want to go into, definitely.
And that's absolutely vital. It's not just the management of your clients, but it's coaching them, educating them, helping them to grow their own businesses, which of course works in your favor as well. But again, it's going above and beyond to make sure you give the best service that you can for your clients.
Yes, yeah, that's spot on.
So how can people connect with you? Because it sounds really exciting. MYCo sounds like the CRM company to go to. How do we find out more? Yeah,
I mean, very simple. Our website is where you need to go. www.mycenteroffice.com. www.mycenteroffice.com. And in case you're wondering how do I spell center, whether it's the American way or the British way, it doesn't matter. We've got both domains. So mycenteroffice.com will get you there. And if you need to, we've got a free trial available, which is one of the best things that we've done. You don't even have to put your card details. So go there and have the full experience for about 14 days, to experience what it can feel like in your business and for you as a business person in the MYCo world, and experience it for yourself. Don't let someone tell you how MYCo is. Go there, experience it by yourself by visiting www.mysensoroffice.com. And if you've got any questions, feel free, reach out to us, connect with us, and one of us will be able to come to you and answer all your questions. And that's us.
Sanmi, thank you so much for spending the time with us and just to tell us about your journey, starting from just wanting to help your local church, seeing that there was a need for them to manage their congregation and just to help them with their administrative tasks. And from that came this incredible business, which has scaled out to continue to grow, is basically helping businesses all over the globe. And you're doing incredible work. Thank you so much for what you're doing. We celebrate you for who you are and what you do, and for stepping out and taking that chance.
Cool. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
If you want some amazing inspiration, check out the videos next to me, and I'll see you right there.